Free Pizzle. My nigga, you know I'm coming. Yep. My nigga, you know I'm coming. Trapping for my.
But we got Griddy Grams. We're introducing Griddy Grams to the building, man. I want you to introduce yourself, tell them your name and what you got coming up.
Yeah, it's Griddy, man. It's Grams. Get rich around me slanging, man. You can call me even whatever, each one. Mr. A, however you want to do it, man. I know I'm coming. Just did finished a little bid, man. Did some time. I was finished up an 8-year sentence and got back. And I'm just picking up the pieces for real. Like, you know.
That's what's up.
Trying to redeem myself.
Let's take it back for you. Let's take it back. Let's talk about that. So let's talk about like what made you start rapping? When did you start rapping?
Shit, I always been good with words since a kid though, just playing like listening to music, like oh, you know, Cash Money was the shit. Like I was heavy on Cash Money. And I remember my first talent show I was supposed to do. I was real rebellious. I got in trouble in school and I was supposed to be in it was me and 2 other guys who was supposed to perform Juvenile, back that ass up. Yeah, I was supposed to be in Juvenile. Yeah, I was supposed to be in Juvenile. And my nigga was supposed to be Wayne. And he was like, back to you, back it up. And I couldn't even do my part. I was mad as hell. The teacher told me, like, you already going to the talent show because you ain't have a productive day. And really didn't let me perform and shit. And I was like, it hurt my heart so bad I cried at home. But it made me who I am, because I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna make my own music. I ain't gotta be motherfucking trying to rap Juvenile shit no more. Fuck that. Juvenile got me in trouble talking about back that ass up in school. So I said, I'm gonna motherfucking get in trouble, it's gonna be by my own words and shit. But yeah, though, like I just, always, language arts too though, like always been like my favorite subject though.
That's what's up.
Crazy though, I didn't even graduate from high school, but I still got like real good penmanship, like, just real like smart dude. I don't, you know, try to really put it out there too much because I'll be feeling bad with the type of like brains I got. Like I should have been a college student. I should have did all types of shit, but I just picked the wrong route. Like my mom did a Fed bid, 10 years. My dad did 12, and he from Guyana and shit, South America. Like Barbados is real close. He Guyanese and shit. I think they speak Patu. I got brothers and sisters and shit I ain't never met, like, but that's a whole nother story though. But yeah though, like, they both got sentenced to Fed time and shit, and I was living with my grandma on the number streets and shit. And when my mom came home and shit, it was like, it was just different. So it was like, I just, she did time for selling drugs and shit, and my dad did too. It was like at a point of time, like growing up in poverty and shit, and like, you really don't like know NBA players and professional football players and shit. Like my counselor was Marcus Ray. He used to play for the Michigan Wolverines and got drafted to the Oakland Raiders. I believe he played with Charles Woodson. Like that was the closest thing to a role model to me though. Like, and I only seen him at school for real. So it was like outside of school though. Like my house was right across the street from the crack house. Like I seen my first SWAT raids at 11 years old. Like jumped off the porch at 12. That's why I screamed fuck him, because I was like, I don't. But you know, like I just was like growing up seeing the wrong shit, and I got to the point where I just thought the wrong shit was right, because you know the dope boys got gold chains and old schools rimmed up and just all the nice shit, this glamour, you know. My grandma used to always tell me back then everything that shine wasn't a diamond. Like I didn't know what she was meaning, but you know, shit could look good, but if you're doing the wrong things to get it, it still don't matter. Because all that shit could be snatched away from you so fast. And yeah, that was just like, I just was fucking with the music, like, and that's basically what my music be about. I really just rap about, like, cause I got a real good memory though. Like I can just remember shit. Like sometimes I tell my mom and my grandma shit, and they be like, "How you remember that?" Like I be like, "Yeah, like, for real, like real good." Like I was like, you can't lie to me. I'm not a nigga that you could tell. Like you tell me a story and you lying, you better stick to that lie, cause I'm gonna remember. You can't fuck your lie up for nothing. Like, nah, bro, you just said last time that you tripped on your shoestring. Now you saying your legs was hurting. Like, that nigga knocked your ass out. Just say that. Like, Cause you know motherfuckers like tell lies so much they start to believe they own lies. You know, you tell a lie enough, you believe it. You know, yourself.
Realest thing ever.
So I just a lot of shit with my music though just be based off my past for real. Like I ain't still in the streets currently like selling drugs. So it's like, you know, I'm just rapping about the shit that I've been through and shit that I overcame, and you know, just to give anybody hope and help inspire anybody that's like me. You know what I mean, or grew up like me, like, cause it's a lot of people. Like the average nigga in his house back then didn't have his dad. Like I didn't have my dad or my mom, so it was just different. It was just real different. Like I got my nigga, this my everyday nigga calling me on the bro. I been doing the podcast right now. I said I got my nigga on the air though. Okay, yeah. I'll just tell it about the life shit real. But yeah though, I'm gonna hit you when I get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, man, motherfucking, yeah, bro, like, it's just, and I'm still with all the same people I grew up with, not unless we grew apart or they just don't stand on morals and values and shit like that I really live by. But, just music shit is just like, when I went to, like, I started out doing it, and, I never forget, we was in D-Rob's basement, man. D-Rob used to be at his mom's house, we'd go record in his mom's basement, and it was wild, like, I remember it was times like we was really, like that's how in love I was with the music, not to put my nigga out there, but it's the struggle though, like we done been through it. Like I remember times D-Rob didn't have no gas, like some that No Soda mixtape we recorded, like the gas was like on, it was cold in the house, like we really recorded and some of our hardest shit in the cold house, like we was out like them niggas around the barrel in New Jack City, like with the fire like like yeah, it was like that in there, like cold. Like I used to try to smoke hella blunts in the booth just for it to heat up, like, but it wasn't. But I was just like, shit, maybe I'm numb to this shit. Like it just, you know, that was the love I had for it. That was the love I had for it, for sure. Like, and I dropped the tape. I remember we went down to Atlanta. I did a song with Holly Boy.
So is that like with D-Rob? Is that the first track you ever made? You remember? The first nah. The first song I ever recorded, and it's crazy because I still fuck with this nigga to this day. The first song I ever recorded, this is how good my memory is. I'm gonna take you back. 2005. Dang. In Stack's basement. Drop Boy Stack's had a fucking studio in his basement. I think his brother Moot, rest in peace to his brother, might have bought him. And I just know he just like, this like we was only kicking it at school and we was always rapping and shit, and he was like, bro, I got a studio at my house. Like, I'm like, man, I'm coming over there. And I came over there. Ricky's uncles dropped me off over there. I told him I wanted to rap, and he knew I could rap real good, so he's like, I'm gonna take you over there. And he took me over there and dropped me off over that motherfucker, and I went. And we was in there, me and Stacks was in there recording. I didn't even know that like the mics was good enough to like where you could talk this low on them and they still picking up your voice. So I was in there just like, I gotta get it, some way it gotta get done. I'm on the block, fresh tea and some fresh fun. I don't even want to hear that shit, but I would love to hear it just to get a laugh though. But yeah, though, that was my first song though, and I ain't never hear it again. But just the re-recording though, I stayed at Stack's house all weekend that time and recorded like a motherfucker though. Like, so from that point, you knew it was on.
Yeah, I knew it was on though. But before that, I always just used to sit in my house and just write shit and just try shit. And I remember I had a big brother and shit, because I'm an only child. My grandma didn't like the fact that I was the only child and shit, so she put me in the Big Brothers and Big Sisters program and shit, just to get me outside of anything on the 18th. But I had a real, like, he wasn't my real big brother, but he was like a real big brother though. His name was Brandon Craft. I'll never forget him though. Real live. Yeah, he ended up being a professor at Florida. Yeah. But he was trying to put me on the right track. Like I had a lot of people trying with me, but it was like shit.
Do you think not having your mom and dad around?
Yeah, it was a lot of that. And then when my mom came home, she still like struggled with addiction and shit. Like, you know.
So
my dad,
deal with that?
Well, I just, you know, music. Like I really like am a music head. Like I don't even watch TV. Like I really let music play. Like I've been out 2 years, going on 2 years now, and I still don't watch TV.
Keep it that way.
I got cable.
I haven't picked up a joystick or nothing. And I really like used to be on that. I was a heavy gambler in 2K for real. Not to be trying to get off subject because we talking about the music, but I really was the type of I was really the type of person that really had shit going though. Like we was playing. I used to gamble with my niggas all day, 24/7. That's what we did. Gambling, 2K, Madden, dice. Like when I went to the penitentiary, I cut out a lot of my bad habits. Gambling was one of them. Eating pork, red meat, just trying to live a healthy lifestyle. My grandpa died while I was in there from diabetes and shit. He had a stroke and shit. So, and he wasn't a nigga that smoked or drank or nothing. So he really died from unhealthy eating habits for real. But he lived a long time though, so it was good though. But I just knew that was my lesson in life. Like, cause I smoke and drink a lot. So, but I don't see myself quit doing that no time soon. So, I feel like I could at least like watch what I put in my body as far as what I'm eating. Cause I got discipline in that area. Cause the mouth is the window to your body, so
that's real.
Like shit they give you in prison is just like designed to make you die, or like it's nothing but processed foods and Debbie cakes and just shit you ain't supposed to have. And if you want to get that shit twice a month and that's all you got to eat, like bro, the fucking salad at the chow hall is brown. Like, I don't know if you want to go down there and get that shit. Aramark had maggots in their food at a point in time, so I just was like, damn, I really gotta cut out certain ways that I eat. Like I just start eating nothing but fish in there. Like that's why.
Let's talk about that, though. Your time in jail, if you don't mind me asking. Like,
oh
why did
shit!
you go?
I don't glorify it or wear it as a badge of honor or nothing, but like it's a part of my life that's gonna forever be with me. A lot of people they say you only remember the day you went in and the day you leave. Like bullshit. I remember the days I was in that bitch in 100-degree heat, locked in the cell, bro. Like really, for real. Like it's nothing to be happy about, but it made me who I am because I was already a young person that was advanced. So when I got in there and started soaking up game from the old heads, and when I got 8 years, I was like, damn, it's 2012. You telling me I ain't gonna be home till 2020? Like I'm thinking cars might be flying by. Like that's where I'm at with it. Like damn, like.
They're definitely about to
So it was like I couldn't even
the right mindset.
Yeah, I couldn't even really see my release date for real. Like that was kind of fucked up. Like I was like, but when I got where I got, like I even started out in level 2 and I got my level rose, so I ended up being in level 3. And level 3 is where they send people with violent crimes and just people who got a lot of time. So I went from being a nigga with the most time in my block to the nigga with the least time. And at least times 8 years, then you can only imagine niggas got Buck Roger numbers in there, man. I got a nigga named Dank, man.
That's crazy.
Frankie Mosley, man. Free 102 Dank, man. He got 102 years, ain't killed nobody. It's just shit like that. And he'll still wake up every day and find something to laugh about. So that's the shit I was just explaining to you before the mics got cut on. Like everybody goes through a struggle, but it's like, you know, like some people, like I think people gotta start focusing on counting their blessings more, like instead of looking at what's wrong with life.
Yeah, free pizzle. My nigga, you know I'm coming. Yeah. My nigga, you know I'm coming. Trapping from under the sun. All the way up, I'ma run it.